First of all, hello, and thank you for coming. I'm so glad you guys are all here. It's really fun. I love this. This is so fun to watch all these people come in. What I want to say is that in the bottom right of your screen, do you see that little triangle? It's a triangle and a square and a circle. If you click on that and then go to the, and then you go to the Q&A button, that's where you'll be able to ask questions. And I'm going to try and follow them along as I go so that I can pop in and ask them. Otherwise, I'll do it at the end. But once again, if I was having everybody like ask questions, we would literally be here for too long. So anyway, here's the deal. A couple things. One, I already shot this once in the same shirt, different location. And I did it and recorded it, and I was going to send it out to everybody, but then everybody wanted to join, 150 people. So I'm like, all right, I'll just do it live. So what I have to have in front of me are my notes. And I have to have them because otherwise, you know, I might get off track. And I've been known to do that. So they'll keep me on track. So I'm just going to get started. How's that sound? And the basic reason for doing this is because, I mean, if you're like me, sometimes getting dressed is stressful. And it shouldn't be, because we do all have, you know, these closets full of clothes. And I love it. My sister-in-law just joined, and I'm really happy she's here too. And my mother-in-law's here too. Friends. But a lot of people I don't know, 148 other people I don't know. So this is really fun. Anyhow, so that's the deal. You know, we've got these closets full of clothes, and everyone's like, but I can't get dressed, and I don't know what I'm doing, right? And so it causes stress, and you just walk out of the closet and you're like, forget it, I can't stand it. And it leaves you feeling, you know, frustrated, overwhelmed. I mean, really, it shouldn't. And you end up just putting on your workout clothes, and you stay in your workout clothes all day, and you're like, okay, so you know what? This is what I wear. And you know something, that's okay if you're going to work out at 4 o'clock, but you could get dressed in the morning and then work out at 4 o'clock and change or whatever. But I think we find that it's just so much easier, you know, to just leave our workout clothes on all day, because we walk in the closet and we're like, ooh, I can't stand this, you know? So I hear you, I feel you, I've been there, and it's not always easy. So now this is where it gets very formal. Hi, I'm Angela, and I want to talk to you because I love helping women. This is the truth. And I honestly have been doing this for all of you who just joined. If you want to ask a question, bottom right of your screen, that little triangle, hit the Q&A, and you can ask questions in there. I swear to God, I was the kid, and this is not a joke, who would sit in the closet, and I remember it had doors that opened like that, and I would sit there, or I'd get in my parents' cedar closet, and I would just put together outfits all day. All of my friends were studying, and I was making outfits for myself. Yeah, I mean, for the weekends. I had a uniform as a little girl in high school. I could wear whatever I wanted. Anyway, that was me. And then it kind of just turned into this thing that my girlfriends would call my friends, my family, and they were just like, you know, I don't know what to wear and I need help. And I'm like, you know what? I got this. I can help you put outfits together. I can help you get through that closet, take off all the stuff that, you know, doesn't work for you. I can do this. And see here, I got my notes because I don't want to miss the good parts of the things I want to say. So I have my notes. Anyway, after that, that's when I was like, this is a career. You know, I was doing jobs before that I was like, this is not for me. And helping friends out kind of got me in the groove and how to really do it, because honestly, getting dressed should not be difficult in our lives. It just shouldn't be. And we should have such a streamlined wardrobe that you should be able to walk in, pick what you want, and get dressed and just be like, hey, I'm going to wear this today because this looks good on me and I know it does, so I'm going to wear it. And a lot of people just don't think that's easy, and I get it. But after doing this for so long, honestly, you guys, I have transformed so many wardrobes and helped out so many women that it's like, after a while, I was like, wait, you know what? I could do this for other people. That's why I'm here today. I love when Christine Gardner sends her hearts up the side of the screen. I love it. So here are the things that like I hear from people, right? Why do I feel stressed when I get dressed every day? Got a closet full of clothes and nothing to wear. I don't know what looks good on me. That's a big one. People don't know, does this look good on me? Because they don't have anyone to ask. They're at home with their husband or like their babies, you know? The other one is I only wear some things in my closet because I feel comfortable in them. Okay, so then you have a closet full of tons of other things, but you're only wearing however many items. And shopping can be scary because I'm not sure what to look for. And that is totally normal. Okay, for you, those of you just joining, remember in the bottom right of your screen, if you want to ask a question, they're anonymous, by the way, the questions. In the bottom right of your screen, there's a triangle, click on that, and then it'll say Q&A. All right, and you are muted, and that's for a reason, because you can't be here for an hour. Okay, so when I say those things, like I have nothing to wear, I don't know what looks good on me, shopping scares me, I mean, does that sound like you? Because it sounds pretty familiar to most people, you know, and one of those scenarios probably resonates with you, or if not all of them. Could be any of those things. Mary, I got you. And so it really just, you know, it comes down to those big main things. And what I want, and I'm teaching people all the time, is to love everything in your closet, right? If you're like holding on to stuff and you loved it then, but you don't love it now, it's like, no, I want to love everything. You don't have to like Marie Kondo it and be like, that dress brings me joy. But at some point, you should be able to say to yourself, hey, that dress looks freaking good on me, and I'm going to wear that thing. And I'm psyched to have it in my closet. And then if you get a meh, you're like, so anyway, I am going to teach you why it's important to know a couple of things that so that you have everything in your closet that fits you and flatters you and that you love. And just remember, this is a snippet of, look, yes, do I have a course? I sure do. As I said in my stories yesterday, I sure do have a course. It's a workshop called Dress Not Stressed. And it's very in-depth, I must say. It's quite an adventure when you take it. And so I wanted to just touch on a couple of things because I want you to be able to know that there's hope out there and you can do this. And you can find out what looks good on you. You can edit your closet. You can learn how to shop. It's not tough, but I want everyone to know that, let's see, that's it. Okay, closet full of clothes. Oh, here's the thing. The old thing, I mean, how many times do you see this on Instagram? I have a closet full of clothes, nothing to wear. It's like an epidemic or something weird. And so I'm going to solve that for you. I'm going to help you solve it. I'm going to help you solve it today. And then if you want to take the course, but listen, I am not a salesy whalesy. I mean, my mother-in-law once told me, and I know she can hear me, that I could talk the birds out of the trees, but that's not a bad thing. It's just that I like to help people. So if you want to join the bigger course after this, we'll talk about it. Okay. Now, I want you to, my friend Christine, give a thumbs up. She is a mindset coach and a career coach and a life coach. And she always says to me, Angela, you have to have a mindset shift, you know, on some things. I'm like, you know what, you're right. And so do we. When it comes to our closet, we can have a mindset shift because it is possible to love everything in your closet. Hello, it is possible. And it is possible to not spend $1 million and dress on a budget to look good. You know what I'm saying? It is possible to do those things, but you have to get yourself with a mindset of like, oh yeah, I got this, I can do this, instead of being like, oh, I'm scared, I don't want to do it. So let's put on this little mindset shift before we get into my little 3-step process. Okay, I'm watching the time too. All right, here's the other funny part of this. If you've ever taken a free course or you've signed up for like some sort of something and you're like, oh, it's all these slides and it's very serious and a PowerPoint. It's like, oh my God, no, look what I did. Here's my first tip. Know your body, okay? Simple, know your body. You have to identify your body type because we all have different body types and certain things look good on certain people and certain things don't look good on other body types, right? You want to find things that are cuts that are fit you and flatter your body type. And if you've got a closet full of clothes of stuff that don't suit your figure, then you're wearing things that don't look good on you and it makes you feel bad. So it's like, oh, wait, I need to know what looks good on me. Because what if a trend pops up and you want to go buy this trend? Well, what if it doesn't suit your body? Why would you go buy that trend? You know what I'm saying? I do like trends in small doses, though. I will say that. So they can work for everybody. Not every trend can work for everybody, but there are trends that work for certain bodies. And it's easy to find out once you figure out your body type. I mean, here's a good example. So mom jeans. Mom jeans. I don't know if mom jeans look good on everybody. In fact, probably they don't. You know what they do? They elongate your butt. They've got all this extra room in the crotch and in the leg, and they're not really that attractive on most people. They're attractive on my girls, and you know, they're 20 though, so it's not even so much are they attractive, they just are a trend. And so do you want to fall for that trend if they don't look good on you? I don't think so. They look good on, let's say, an hourglass, but if you're a different, you know, style, they're not going to look good on you. So that means you follow the trend, you go out, you buy the mom jeans, you put them on, you get home, you look in your mirror and you feel like shit because you're like, these really don't look good on me. Why is everybody else wearing these? Okay, so that's one, because you know, if you knew your body and that those jeans don't look good on you, you wouldn't have bought them in the first place. Okay, another example, a boat neck top. You know what I'm talking about, where the neckline opens like here. Do you want to know who those work for? Only girls with very narrow shoulders that go like this. Because if you're like this and you put on a boat neck, you're going to look like this. Okay, that's the kind of stuff you kind of got to know before you start, you know, getting dressed every day. Does this style look good on my body shape? I don't know. I mean, you hope it does, but it might not. And honestly, when you see it on the model and you're like, that's such a cute shirt, I love it, I want it for me. No. And what do I say? Oh, yes. Here's what I'd say. Who wants to walk around and something doesn't fit or flatter their shape? Not me. And you know what it also does, knowing your body shape? It helps you edit your closet because you know what looks good on you, right? So you can walk in your closet and be like, oh my God, I do have 4 pairs of mom jeans and they actually don't work on me. I don't want those. So it kind of gets you into this habit of being in your own closet and being able to edit it because you're like, I know the things that look good on me and I know the things that don't. So I'm going to get rid of these and I'm going to focus on these, right? So I also think, like, if you're in your closet and you look at this one blouse, let's say, so I have to go over some of my notes because some of the points are really good. Like, let's say you buy a really expensive blouse. It was like half your paycheck and you're sitting there like, oh shit, I actually don't like the way it feels on me. Well, that's because it probably doesn't flatter your body type. And so it's never going to feel good. So you have to be able to just say to yourself, I'm editing my closet. I'm going to let that go because it's not working for you. But if you don't know your body type, then you aren't going to be able to make that judgment. You know what I'm saying? Like, for instance, I'm talking about this one woman. Oh, yes. Okay. So she kept, this client, she's so darling. She kept buying these really long skinny jeans and wearing them with a really fitted top. And it was not cute. It just wasn't. And I had to, explain to her, hey, listen, if you're going to wear those skinny jeans, then you need to wear a blousier top on the top, right? So that we're creating some balance. Because if you're tight, and tight, you're going to feel like a sausage, probably. Or if you want to do the reverse and wear your tight, then maybe put something more voluminous on the bottom. Again, depending on your body style. And with her, she needed the slim body, the slim leg. She knew that, and a more voluminous top. So there you go. And then I would say that knowing your body type when you shop is so important because, I mean, how many times have you ordered something, comes in your inbox from Intermix, you're like, oh, I'm going to get that. It's going to look great on me. You put it on your credit card, you get the box, you get it home, you put it on, and you're like, oh, this doesn't look good on me because I didn't realize that, I'm this shape, and actually I'm not supposed to wear stuff like that because it won't flatter me. So then all of a sudden you got to box it back up. You looked in the mirror, you again felt like crap. You're boxing it back up and you got to go to the UPS and drop it off. And it's a pain in the neck. Or even if you go to a store, it's a whole lot easier to know your body shape going into the process so that it'll be easier. Okay. So there's that. But honestly, let's see. Oh yeah, it's a lot of, so when someone said to me one time, literally a client, she was like, why am I getting this so wrong? Why can't I get this right? I'm like, it's just because you don't know a couple things about yourself. And one is that body type, okay? The other thing that's super important to remember is you can gain or lose, I don't care how many pounds, you are always going to have that body. You are, every single day of your life, you're always going to be that perfect hourglass or like a carrot shape or whatever you want to call it. In my course, I've got names for all of them, but you got to learn to work with it because you were born this way, okay? Work with it and love it. And that's part of this mindset shift. Like, who cares if you're a pear or whatever? I have different names, but don't don't dwell on that, because you are who you are and God made you that way and you were born that way. There you go. Okay. Second one is, my second tip is very fancy slide here. And look at my handwriting. My handwriting's terrible. Know your personal style. Okay. You have got to identify your personal style, because if you don't, you will be all over the map in what you buy. You're going to be getting stuff in your inbox, and it's going to be, you know, some great top, and you're going to be like, I don't feel good in that, Susan. See what I'm saying? It's true. And like, for instance, like a trend, like a cutout dress, you're like, oh, I'm going to get that cutout dress because that'll look really great for this, you know, party that I'm going to. You get the cutouts all over the place, get it home, put it on. You're like, hey, this looks really good on me. And I'm sure it does. But you know what's going to happen? You're going to get to the party or the wedding or whatever, and you're going to be like, oh, actually, I feel like an imposter. I feel like I'm out of character. It does look good on me, but I feel weird. And now I'm standing at a party, I'm drinking my drink, and I'm like, why am I wearing this dress? I feel like people are staring at me because it's so out of character for me. That's why you got to know your personal style, right? I mean, let's say, wait, hold on. Oh yeah, I remember. I always talk about the Little House on the Prairie trend. Sorry if you love it. I get it. These big floral dresses. You know what they make me feel like? I feel like Laura Ingalls when I walk in somewhere. And I'm wearing these big, huge poof sleeves. I love puffy sleeves, but big flowers, big ties, big ruffles, big everything. I'm like, that is not for me. And I know it. But if I'm walking around in that, I feel like people are looking at me like, Ashley, you usually wear things that are a little more slim, or not that I care what anyone thinks, but it just makes you feel weird. And then maybe you don't have a great time and you're just like, get me out of here, you know? So anyway, that does happen. Truth. Hold on. I'm looking at, oh yes. You know what that is? It's destructive to your psyche. It will make you crazy at the party. You will not be any fun and your friends will be annoyed with you. Okay. Let's see. Oh yeah, so your personal style. So when you stick to your personal style and you figure it out, then you will gravitate towards stores, sections of the clothing store that work for you because you know your personal style. You know what I'm saying? Like I did have this one client, she's so cute. She's really petite and has a great figure. She wanted to buy a pair of flare jeans, you know, like a 70s flare, and she wanted to wear them with a cute blouse and the whole 9 yards. And she's like, can you come over on Tuesday, whatever it was? And I said, yeah, sure, of course. So we're going to check it out and see if they work. They looked amazing, kind of like I was saying about the cutout dress. They looked awesome on her, but they didn't fit her style. So she's trying to fit the round peg in a square hole or whatever it is. They didn't look good on her. She's a preppy. She does not look like Kate Hudson. She looks more like Reese Witherspoon. So here she is trying to put on these pants. I'm like, you know what? They look so good on you. And they do, but they have to go back because you're going to not feel comfortable in them. And had she paid attention to her personal style, you know, that she would rather be shopping on, you know, Reese Witherspoon's Draper James than at Free People, then she wouldn't have made that mistake. And it wasn't a mistake. It was a good, you know, lesson to go through, let's say. So I think, by the way, I'm just going to remind you because people keep popping on that bottom right, the triangle. If you want to ask questions, go ahead in there and ask questions. And okay, if you don't want to too, by the way, they are anonymous. So nobody else can see if you're asking a question. All right. So let's see. Oh yeah, this is one of my favorite lines. You ready? When it comes to all this stuff, just because you can doesn't mean you should. Doesn't that make sense? Just because you can afford it doesn't mean you should buy it. Just because you can physically wear it because it's cute on you doesn't mean you should buy it, because it doesn't work. So just because you can doesn't mean you should. Just because you can doesn't mean you should. Okay, so, oh, yes, okay. So 2 things. In your closet, when you know your personal style, Christine's laughing at me. When you know your personal style, your closet will be a lot easier to edit with a friend or on your own or whatever, because you know if you've got a bohemian blouse in there and you're a preppy, I'm sorry, get rid of it because you're never going to wear it, okay? And it will help you eliminate everything in another category. So identify your personal style, stay in your comfort zone, and that will make your closet editing process easier. It will always also make your shopping experience so much better. Okay, so let's see. Your shopping experience. Okay, so here's a great example. I see I have a question. Okay, yeah. Yeah, mom jeans, best place to find classic clothes. We can talk about that. I have all your emails. So if you're asking me questions and I don't say exactly right now, I will email them to you. But like, you know, I think if you're not wanting to spend a ton of money, of course, I think J. Crew is a great option. They have a factory store that's a great option. That Draper James is really cute. I love Veronica Beard. So some of those I would totally suggest. Veronica Beard being on the higher end side, J. Crew, even their factory store, on the more reasonably priced side. If you know your body type, how do you know what fits look best? Is it just trial and error, or are there certain cuts in pants, etc.? Okay, great question for each body type. There are certain cuts and things that are out there for everyone, but don't look good on everyone. And it's a matter of, and you can see this in the course if you want to join, but it's a matter of getting your measurements and figuring out, you know, hey, I'm an apple shape, and, you know, these are the best pants for me. And so it's really about getting to know your actual physical body shape. And then, yes, you will be able to, again, like I spell it out, but you can then go ahead and figure out what looks best. I mean, it can be trial by and error, but you got to have an eye that you're like, I don't think those look good. Because when you do put on something that suits your body shape and style, all of a sudden you're like, oh, that's what it's supposed to look like. Oh, okay. So that other pair, they go. Does that make sense? All right. Oh yeah. And when you know your style and you're shopping, you're not going to be tempted by, you know, what am I going to say? Oh, things outside your comfort zone. You will shop with friends and they won't be talking you into stuff. That's like the worst. Go shopping with a friend who's like, well, I bought 4 pairs of those, so you probably should too. And it's like, no, I'm not doing that. Sorry, because I know that doesn't look good on me. Okay, third thing, my very famous fancy slide. Know your colors. Interesting, right? Like, know your colors. That is as important as knowing your body shape and your style. Because if you are walking around in colors that do not look good on you, they don't go with your hair, they don't go with your eyes, they don't go with your skin, you will look sallow and tired and bleh, and it's going to make you feel terrible once again. So it's going to make you not even want to get dressed. Like this bright orange top, this is not for everyone, but I had my colors done by this woman, and she had said, you know what, you're good in emerald greens and bright blues and reds and oranges and yellows and all these things. And I was like, oh, great. So now when I shop, and after you do realize what colors look good on you, you will not go in to any store and go toward the rack of the colors that don't look good on you. You just won't. You'll naturally gravitate toward the things you know, your eye, or you'll have your eye on the things you know look good on you. I mean, so I always tell these little client testimonial stories because I want you to know this is real life. So my one client, she loves Madewell. It's in her budget and it's in her personal style. So those two things, and it fits her body type. And she was just having a hard time with her wardrobe. And I came over and I'm like, you know, Madewell's color palette is very muted. You're not going to find hot pink in there or emerald green or a bright yellow. What you're going to find is mustard, maroon, and that's not a bad thing, army green, all those sorts of things. And you're going to be like, oh, wait, maybe I shouldn't shop at Madewell. And which is what I told this client. I said, you actually should not be shopping at Madewell. They don't have the colors that work for you, even off-white versus white. So we ended up having her go to places like the Gap for her budget, J. Crew, because she could find the colors that look better on her. And so that changed her forever. She was like, see you later. I don't need you anymore. I'm like, cool. And that was the end of that. I mean, that's a real thing. And, you know, with colors, it's also easy to default to black because black's fine on everybody. I mean, it really is. When I put on a black sweater, I feel a little more dressed up or whatever, but we default to black because we don't know our colors. And what happens is you put on your black sweater, you're going to go out and you're like, you know what, I think I'm going to wear something that's got more color. So you put on an army green, let's say. I keep using that term because that's a color that doesn't look good on me. So you put on your army green colored sweater and you're like, see, colors don't look good on me. So I'm going to just put my black sweater on. That's not true. If you just knew that army greens don't look good on you, you wouldn't even bother with it because it was probably an impulse buy or something your friend had, or you saw it on the mannequin or the model. You would have known, I got to wear an emerald green color sweater because that actually looks better on me. If you put that on, you would feel better going out to dinner and not just putting on the black top again. You'd actually put the emerald green sweater on because that's what suits you. But if you don't know your colors, how in the world are you going to be able to get dressed in a closet with colors that don't suit you? would be like impossible. Like mustard yellow, if it doesn't look good on you, why the hell would you buy a mustard yellow top? You wouldn't. So that is very important. Okay, hold on. I'm reading my notes. Yeah, I was saying, as I said, it's similar to knowing your body type and your style, knowing your colors, right? Because when you get in your closet, you can eliminate all the things that don't work. And when you go shopping, it'll be a lot easier. When I go into Madewell, not Madewell, this place, Ever Eventown, do you guys have that? It's kind of a great, like, everyday store. Anyway, they'll have everything set up by color, and they'll have the muted colors over there. I don't even go over to that rack. I go right to the hot pinks, the bright blues, all of those things. So that is very important to know, because those other colors will make you look tired, sallow. You will not feel cute. You will not want to go out, and you will just go back in your closet and put your black workout clothes on, because that's where your comfort zone is. But if you knew that a bright orange top looked great on you, you would go for it. That is the truth. Okay. What else do I need to say on this page? Isn't this sad? I mean, if I don't do that, how am I going to remember all this stuff? You know what I'm saying? Let's see. Okay, that's nice. All right, let's see. Oh yeah, here's a really big thing about shopping for things that don't suit you. You're going to break your bank. You are going to break your bank because you are buying stuff that does not work for you. If you don't know those three things, you're going to go out there and you're going to buy a bunch of stuff because you saw it on Instagram, you saw it on a model, you saw it in your inbox, you're going to buy it and it doesn't work for you. That is spending money, and that is breaking your bank. And you do not have to do that, because you know something, it's going to drive you crazy. However, if you know, and well, I guess what it really comes down to is there are a lot of people out there that don't like to do returns. I mean, so they just let it sit there, and then it builds up in the closet, and then your closet's full of stuff you don't wear, and so the story goes. But you all know the answer to that, right? Anyway, so it just makes a better shopping experience. I love when she puts her little claps up. Christine, you are funny. Anyway, so it gives you a better shopping experience, again, when you know your colors. Did I forget anything? Wait, hold on. What are you saying? Oh yeah, hold on. All right, see my IT man? He tells me what to do here. If I didn't have him, this would not happen. So I just want you all to know that's the truth. But this is the thing, and this little paragraph right here is what's important. I'm going to read it to you. At the end of the day, is there anything better than feeling confident in how you look? When you feel great on the outside, it will show on the inside. Many people would say it's the reverse, right? If you feel good on the inside, you look great on the outside. That's true, but for this purpose, because we're talking about clothes and not physical body, skin, you know, we're not talking about health, inside, outside. We're talking about when you dress on the outside the way that you like and it looks good on you and you feel good, it will make you more confident. It will make you feel better about yourself. It will make you walking into a party or walking into a school meeting feel better, because you know what looks good on you, right? And how about this? Don't you love to receive compliments when you do have on something that suits your body, your style, or your colors? Is there anything better? It doesn't have to be from a fancy designer. It doesn't have to, it could be from Target. I don't care where it's from. If it looks good on you, it doesn't matter where it comes from. You could spend $10 on it, and you could honestly spend, you know, $10,000 on it. If it looks good on you, it's going to show. Okay. I mean, that's the real thing. And I said, when I'm dressing for my body, my style, and my colors, it makes me plump up with pride so that I can get dressed every day and feel good about myself and get on with my day. Honestly, who wants to sit in their closet and worry about what the hell they should wear every day? No one. So that's the real thing. It's critical that you know these three things, guys. You got to know those three things, or you're going to have a heck of a time getting yourself dressed, and you're not going to be able to get out of the rut that you're in. And the rut that you're in is saying to you, I have too many clothes and I have nothing to wear. That's maybe very true. But if you knew those three things, you could pare down, and then you would have a closet full of clothes you love. You know, that you don't know what looks good on you. Well, once you figure it out, you know, those three things, it'll be a lot easier to go shopping and get dressed and have a closet full of clothes. If you only had 10 things in there, wouldn't it be better if those 10 things look great on you than 100 things that suck, stink? I mean, give me a break, you know. So there you have it. Those are my 3 tips for today. So my 3 secret signature tips that I do teach in my course, but I also do teach that to all my clients. And that's a real thing. I mean, that is That's huge because people are often wearing the wrong stuff. When it comes down to lengths of jeans and what shoes to wear, most people don't know what all that is. So we go through all that in the course. That is for sure. And would show you that exactly how to do those things within the course. And the bottom line is I want you to walk in your closet and want you to love everything in it. I want you to feel confident when you go shopping because you know it looks good on you. And I want you to feel really great every time you walk out of the house. That's it. That's my story, and I'm sticking with it. So here's the deal. Today, this is, first of all, the first person that signs up from this little freebie is going to get the class for free. So this is the link. You ready? Now, can you read this? dressed-not-stressed.com. Okay, so the first person that signs up is going to get it for free. You can also go on to my website, which, by the way, is called Where Are You Going in That? WAYGIT, Waygit.com. Oh, it looks like I've even got graphics up. Do I have graphics up? My IT man's really good. Okay, so where are you going in that is like the ultimate question. You really need to be asking yourself. You want to go buy something, and I'm just going on a tangent here, which I know I do all the time. When you're buying something, ask yourself, where am I going in that? I really want that dress, but where am I going in that? If the answer is nowhere, don't buy it. If the answer is, I've got a wedding in May, a baptism in June, and a class reunion in September, then buy the dress, but don't buy it unless, you know what I'm saying? You know that where am I going in that? Answer the question for yourself. So dressed-not-stressed.com, or go to my website, Waygit, WAYGIT.com. And here's what you're going to get if you do sign up. You ready? I have customized worksheets. Again, I don't care if you buy this. You don't have to. It's just if you want to, but I want you to know what's in it because you signed up today. You must be slightly interested. You don't have to, but if you want to, here's what you get. Customized worksheets, 2 hours of video content, written content, links to color consultants, collages of clothes that suit certain bodies and certain types. And I'm going to learn how to teach. I'm going to teach you how to define your body shape, identify your personal style, understand and figure out your ideal color palette, shop efficiently and strategically, and how to turn your closet into cash so that you can buy other things. Get rid of the stuff that doesn't work for you, make some money on it, and go buy stuff that does work for you. All right? I can send you testimonials of people if you're interested in seeing that too, because that I have a ton of those. And okay, good question. So anyway, I can send you testimonials. I have all your emails. You can always email me and say, hey, I want to hear more about this, that, or the other thing. Are skinny jeans out of style? So funny you asked. They're not. Okay, so people, it's like, especially girls our age will say like, well, I don't know. I mean, should I wear this I'm in their closet? Is it out of style? I'm like, it's out of style if it looks bad on you. There is never a trend that every single person should follow. So if your daughter says, Mom, skinny jeans are totally out. Well, for her, yes, because she's following trends. But if skinny jeans look great on you, then you should wear them. Personally, I think that straight jeans look better on most people, just in general. And I think that you have to have a skinny jean for certain, like for instance, we live in Colorado. So I keep one pair of skinny jeans because if I'm putting on a boot and like a big old sweater, or if you're in northern Michigan and you're freezing, you're doing the same thing. That's what looks great because you're bigger on top, you're balancing it with the little skinny pants and a big old boot, right? And if you've got great legs and you don't feel like a sausage in your skinny jeans, then no, they are not going out of style. They're never going out of style, frankly, for some people. If they look good on you, then they're in style. That's the truth. Okay, so let me think. Do I have anything else I need to say? Who's got more questions? Feel free to answer. I told you they're anonymous, so nobody can see who's asking what. And, oh, how long is the course? Okay, that's a question I get asked a lot. The course can take you as long as you want. I have 4 modules, and you can do them in as fast a time as you want. There is one on, style, one on shopping, one on editing the closet, and one on recycling your clothes. And it can take as long as you want. But it's one of those things that when you watch it, you're like, oh, So again, not a must-have, but if you're interested, go for it. All right, so I'm guessing we did not have 150 people on today, which is a-okay, because I was afraid I would get inundated with too many, you're welcome, too many questions that I wasn't gonna be able to answer. We've been here 36 minutes. The original recording was only 20. So that's that, all right? If you wanna watch it again, you can. And yeah, first person to sign up, it's on me. Oh, wait, hang on. Here comes a question. I'm going to sit here for a minute. Thank you. She said it's been amazing. It's like basic stuff. I think that oftentimes we just don't think about these really easy things. And then we get ourselves into trouble, and we've spent money when we shouldn't, right? And we follow trends when we shouldn't, spending money when we shouldn't, and we're filling up our closet with crap that doesn't work for us. So hang on, another one. I love this. I'm not keeping as the course. It comes, okay, good question. It comes in, you can get it in 2 different ways. If you buy the full course, it's $297. If you break it up, you can buy the one portion of the style and shopping and the other one of the closet edit and recycling your fashion, your fashion, your clothes. And yeah, so $297 for the whole shebang. Again, you read it, watch it on your own time. So it's, and there's no homework. I mean, I give you little worksheets and things to do, but there's nothing that you have to do other than take the information and make it work for you. And it can. So I love it. You think it was fun. Thanks. Yeah, you're welcome. Anything else? I guess that's it for today. So 38 minutes later, I'm so glad you guys came. I really appreciate the 145 people that signed up for this. It's really great. They'll all be watching it later. And I really thank you for trusting me. And I'm waving at Faye. She's going like this. For trusting me to help you in this process. I mean, look, it takes a lot of years of experience to know, and a lot of different body shapes and a lot of different budgets, but I have figured it out. And I like a bargain, let me tell you. So I know how to shop high and I know how to shop low. Hold on, something else just came in. Thank you, you saved me. You're welcome. All right, that's it. Should I sign off? Let me ask my IT man. He says I can sign off now. All right, thanks you guys for coming. I appreciate you all, and I look forward to the next one. I'm sure I'll do another free mini, but sign up if you want to. Thanks. All right, let me figure out how to turn it off. There we go.